I'm pleased now to welcome in top-rated cable news host for 16 years, Bill O'Reilly. Bill, great to see you.
Thank you, John. Thanks for having me in.
Absolute pleasure. Bill, I want to jump right in. A lot going on, Trump bashing in the media. We're seeing, I think, voters getting sick of it, Americans in general getting sick of it. You've got a great piece up at BillO'Reilly.com on Alec Baldwin's new ABC television show, abysmally low ratings. You attribute this to Americans just being over the vitriol. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I mean, we do a message of the day on BillO'Reilly.com, and yesterday I said, look, it's boring now. It's just boring. Every single day they find something to bash Donald Trump over, they being 80% of the national media. And you add to that the Hollywood zealots, the far-left zealots out there, and even the sporting press. I mean, even them. It's regular Americans, whether you like Donald Trump or not, you have to realize the fix is in, and always has been, against the man as far as the press is concerned. But now it's just dull, tedious, over and over and over and over again. So I think people are going to tune out. That'll help Donald Trump in the short run. They got to tune back in for the 2020 election, of course, and we'll see how that goes.
Bill, I think you're right. I mean, to me, ESPN has become unwatchable. It's left-wing commentary more than sports in many cases.
I guess I missed it somehow, John. I'm a sports guy. I read the sporting press a little bit, and I didn't notice all of these writers sneaking in all this political stuff until I went to SportsIllustrated.com.
Yeah.
And then I went, what? Wait a minute, hold it. And, you know, I knew ESPN had its problems with Janelle, what's her last name? She had to leave the company.
Jemele Hill. Jemele Hill.
Yeah, Jemele Hill.
Yeah.
And I knew that the culture there, because I know people who work there up in Connecticut, is liberal.
Right.
But they've destroyed themselves. ESPN is a shadow of what it used to be. Sports Illustrated is going out of business. And Americans don't want that. I mean, they just want fairness. That's all we're asking for.
I agree with you, Bill. All right. You know, we asked a question on my show here at Newsmax this week. Who's done more damage to the Democratic Party leading up to the midterms, Hillary Clinton or Elizabeth Warren? I think Elizabeth Warren, because she's creating such a tremendous distraction at this point that the Democrats didn't need. I want to get your thoughts on that, Bill.
That's an interesting question, John. On BillO'Reilly.com tonight on the No Spin News, which we do 4 times a week for half an hour, right. I'm going to look into Elizabeth Warren. She thought she was going to have a good puff piece by the Boston Globe, which is a far-left newspaper. And it was. But the facts that the Globe printed were so absurd. And then the crusher was the Cherokee Nation came out itself and said, you know what? Elizabeth Warren's not a Cherokee, so knock it off. But the big thing here is that Warren used the ruse, and that's what it is, to advance her career in academia at the University of Pennsylvania and Harvard. She used it. And while there's not going to be any outrage from the left-wing press, if a conservative had done it, it'd be all over the page 1 every paper. There's not going to be any outrage. I think people understand that Elizabeth Warren's never going to be president of the United States. That has sealed her doom in that area.
It has. And Bill, don't you think if the Cherokee Nation, the Secretary of the State of the Cherokee Nation, had come out and rebuked a Republican to the extent they rebuked Elizabeth Warren, that it would be global headlines?
Absolutely. There's no doubt of the double standard of reportage in America, John. Newsmax is fighting that. BillO'Reilly.com exposes it. I've been doing a lot of talk radio for my book, Killing the SS, which is just out. And most of the talk radio show hosts are fed up. They're telling me the same thing you're telling me, is that, look, I mean, we may be conservative or we may be independent or libertarian, but this has got to stop every single day. And I think that's going to work to the Republicans' advantage in the midterms.
All right, to the midterms, Bill. The Democrats are out fundraising. The Republicans, some are saying it's significant, some are saying it's not much to worry about. But Trump has said, no matter which way things go, the midterms are not a referendum on his presidency. Do you agree with the president?
No, I don't. If the Democrats were to win big, and I don't think that's going to happen, the polls today, if you go to realclearpolitics.com, it's about even now for enthusiasm between the Democrats and Republicans. 6 weeks ago, Democrats had a 17% lead. So after the Kavanaugh thing, things have tightened. But I think that a lot of independent voters, which really are the ones that mean who's going to win and who's going to lose these days, a lot of them don't like Donald Trump. And I think that the economy overrides that in some areas, but I think the president's got to be cognizant, aware of what he tweets and what he says. He wants to bring the temperature down. Now things are going the Republicans' way. I didn't think this horse-faced stuff with Stormy Daniels was wise. What does that get you? You won. Tout the legal victory. You don't have to attack her personally. I understand why you despise her. She wants money. She's exploiting you. Yeah, and everybody sympathizes, any fair-minded person knows that and sympathizes with the president, but you don't have to get down to her level. So I think that to some extent the vote in November is a referendum on Donald Trump.
All righty, Bill O'Reilly. You can check out all of Bill's great insights on BillO'Reilly.com, where you can watch his No Spin News. Also, be sure to get yourself a BillO'Reilly.com premium membership and absolutely grab a copy of his new book, Killing the SS. I started it, Bill. I loved Killing Lincoln. I might like this one a little bit more. It's really grabbed me. Bill O'Reilly, thanks very much. Great to see you.
All right. Thanks for reading the book, John. I really appreciate it.